Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we got a few things to take care of here around the garden. So I wanted to take y'all along with me, and we're just gonna kind of have a walk and talk. And I also, something that's been weighing on my mind a little bit, preparing for 2026, is I really want to garden and homestead with intentionality. I want to do it with more of a plan and purpose in mind. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit in this video. So let's get to it. All right, y'all. So the first thing I'm doing today is just keeping everything watered a little bit. All these young tender seedlings, they need some midday water. You know, I tend to back off once they have gotten a little bit more established. But you know, when temperatures get up close to 90 degrees or so, I go ahead and give them a morning watering, a midday watering, and then an afternoon watering. I'll show you here real quick in a second kind of the unique setup of this garden and how I have it set up so that when I water different times throughout the day, kind of how it affects the garden. So if you look over here, most of the garden right now is in the sun, and it's about noon or so, right? But you can see right over here where the shade from this tree right here is starting to hit that side of the garden. And so by 3 or 4 o'clock, this whole garden right here will be in shade, okay? So I come out here in the morning, and this tree has shade being thrown out over the garden. And then I'd say about 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish, start to get some sun on the garden. And then it's sun on the garden until about 1 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, the shade starts to creep on across. A lot of people will say, oh, that's not enough sun. That's not enough sun. Well, hey, you see it growing, don't you? Everybody talk about that. Oh, you need 8 hours a day of full sun, and you need, listen to me. You see it growing, don't you? All right, that's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. So, yeah, down here in Georgia, hey, if you down here, you need some shade is what you need. So I like this garden here just for that specific reason, that it gets natural shade from that tree right there in the heat of the day, okay? And so what I come out here and do though is with the new seedlings, you know, this is okay, you know, like just because they look a little rough like that, that's not bad. Like that's just a normal wilt on a hot day for seedlings, okay? But what I'll do is I'll come out here and hit them with a splash of water, and that will kind of reinvigorate them throughout the day. And then once the shade is completely over this whole entire area right here, I'll go ahead and hit them one more time, and that'll cover them for the duration of the day. So right now, that's what I'm doing. I'm going around watering. I already watered over here. I watered some of my onions. You see the onion seedlings coming up. See them? Yep. They're coming up. So soon this whole is gonna have a whole row of onions coming up throughout there. This one over here is a little bit lacking behind, but they coming up. They trying to. All right, so when I water these, I like to have it on this full setting like this right here, and I soak it really. You see how that's, hopefully y'all can see that on the screen. how that's really soaking like that. And I just get up kind of close to it. It don't got to be, you know, all up on it. The root's gonna reach out and get it. But I soak it real nice, a nice ring around there. And that right there will give those roots some relief. And you'll see in about 10-15 minutes, this plant right here is really gonna perk up real nice. But I go around and do that to all these plants. I make a nice ring around it. Now, you can get up on it too if you want to. If you feel that the seedling is strong enough, you can get up on it. But just try not to like be too hard with the water where you're dislodging it and you're moving the plant around too much. But if you want to get up on it, you can get up on it. That's fine. And I don't have this turned all the way on. This setting, like I don't, like that's turned all the way on. If y'all can see that, you know, that's turned all the way on. I got it about halfway. All right, now you can also get down here around here like this and soak it in real good if you want to. I had a friend in high school. His dad always used to say "want to." He never said "want to." He said he said we can be friends if you want to. But that'll soak it in real good right there. Now for the people that, you know, you at work or whatnot, if you got a timer set on your, like I got drip irrigation down through there. So if you got a timer set on that, you can also set your timer to run at like noon or 1 o'clock for about 30 minutes, and that'll do the same thing. It'll perk these jokers right on up. And as you can see, this little bit of shade that's already come down through here, this one's already perking back up. This one right here is starting to perk back up, and it's just in a little bit of shade right there. So that little bit of drooping that you see in the middle of the day, it's okay. The plant is all right. But I come out here and give it a little bit of water relief, and it'll get some shade relief here in a little bit, and then they back to looking magnificent. Look at that thing. Woo-wee. That's gonna be some good tasting collards. Now, if you would, come up here to the table with me. Show you some of the onions that are coming up. And if you remember, I planted probably, I don't know, 300 onions in here, so it still got quite a few to come up. But I don't know if you can tell, but like this raised part right here, it's got onions underneath there. I don't like messing around with them, but like this raised part right here, you see it raising up? That means onions are popping up right there. Same right in here. You can kind of see, I hope you can see, that this is raised up higher than this right here. That's onions popping up underneath there. So they are popping up real good. Like over here where I had some of the other onions, some of them are starting to remember now. So these right here are not as close to, these right here are not as close together as these right here. But you can see a few of them popping up in there. One right there, one right there, one right there. I only put like 2, 3, 4, maybe even 6, you know, into one of these squares, but they're germinating and they're coming up. So I'll keep y'all updated on those and how they're doing. Funny enough is I've only been misting the top of this just lightly, and it's still pretty heavy, which means that the soil is still pretty moist underneath that layer of perlite there. So same with this right here. I haven't had to really water these like this right here has gotten light, and so I'll take this tray up, water underneath the bottom, and then put that back in the tray. So same with these over here, you know, all this stuff over here. As you can see, I just did it this morning. I just put some more water down in there, same in there. So these right here have been holding moisture in really, really well over the last, week or so, I think I planted these. Now let's go over here real quick. I did clear out this row. If y'all remember, it had all these iron clay peas. The vines were completely covering the strawberries over here. Oh, speaking of strawberries, look at this thing. I just saw it this morning. Look at that. Oh, it's got eaten on down there. That's all right. I'll give it to the chickens. Oh, that one got really eaten up. There's some more. Let's see. So we're definitely getting another flush of strawberries coming through. I don't mind that at all. Look at that. I don't mind that at all. But I did clear out the strawberries back there. I still got to clear out these strawberries up here. I'm going to buy, since I have to fill this one with strawberries and that one with strawberries, I'm going to buy a whole flat of strawberry starts. And it's like 50 little 50 little seedlings in a flat. So I'm gonna have plenty of strawberries, so I'm not too concerned about saving these right here. But hey, if I can save any, I definitely will. Now back over here, the beets are looking really, really good. I give the beets a little drink this time of day as well, so that they get through the heat of the day. Shade is about to start taking over right here, so those will be under shade here real soon. Beans are coming on. Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Look at these. See if y'all can see those. They're coming on nice. These are only for seed, so I'm just I'm saving seed on them. We got some beans down here. See them? All right, now I'm back here. Y'all look at these things. They growing like a daggum weed. Look at that. This is the birdhouse gourd. Look at them things. They are all over the place. Got one back there. Got one growing right next to it. You see them? Little baby one right there. Now I don't know if they're gonna make by the one back in there. I don't know if they're gonna make by the first frost, but I mean this one right here might make. Cause that's a big old joker right there. I don't know how much bigger. Well, they gotta get big enough where this part you can make into a birdhouse. So people make I think purple martin houses out of them. So hopefully I get a few. See on this side. Yep, I think I already showed you that one, but that's a nice size one. Nice size one right there. I haven't seen any of these. This is what you call it? Seminole pumpkin. I haven't seen any of those yet. I don't know if y'all can see. Can y'all see? I'm blinding y'all. Let me get on the other side. There you go. You can see now. I haven't seen any of those yet. So that may be a wash, but that's okay. I tried. I ain't gonna rip them out yet though. And then my daggone sweet potatoes. I'll tell you, I got half of mine to go ahead and pull these sweet potatoes. The vines haven't started dying like they normally would, you know. But I just need to get in here and clean this up because I need to use these rows right here. And if I'm gonna get in here and clean these up, I might as well go ahead and pull my sweet potatoes. So I know I told y'all to hold me to it for October 15th. Well, by October 15th, but I think I might beat October 15th. Cause not because I need the bed over there, but because I need this area right here cleared out. All right, y'all, I needed to get over here in the shade because my phone keep on turning off on me. I guess Georgia is saying summer ain't over just yet. I mean, it ain't hot. It's nice out though. It's nice breeze. Absolutely beautiful day. I mean, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I've been thinking lately about gardening and homesteading with intentionality. And what I mean by that is when I started my homestead, the first thing I did was I started a garden. Okay. I started the garden for my mental health and because I love to garden. All right. That was the first thing I did on my homestead. And everything since then has been built around my garden. Caveat, turkeys, but we'll come back to turkeys. So first thing I got was some chickens. I said, you know what? I can use the chicken manure on my gardens, use it to amend the soils with. I can use it in my compost to heat up the compost and whatnot. And so the number one and main purpose of my chickens is to provide fertilizer in some form, whether it be compost or just the chicken manure itself, so that I can put it into my garden. That's the number one reason for my chickens. Yes, I do get eggs from my chickens, but the eggs are a byproduct, I would call it. You know, I eat the eggs, but it's not my number one thing for the reason why I have chickens. Okay. I didn't get them because prices were high, even though I haven't bought eggs in years. So that's a blessing. But yeah, that's why I have chickens. Rabbits. Let's talk rabbits. Okay. My rabbits are not my pets. They're livestock. Same with chickens. Chickens are my livestock. Okay. I have rabbits for their manure, strictly. I do not process my rabbits for meat. I can in the future if I want to, but I choose not to. The reason why my rabbits are the way they are, they're in cages, their manure drops down. I can collect their manure, which is why like a chicken tractor type deal will not work for my setup, because I need that manure to go into my gardens. That's how my homestead is set up. My homestead is set up so that anything that I get in addition to my garden will be used to help my gardens in some way. You know, that's so the framework of my homestead is built around intentionality. But throughout the years, I'm human. I kind of lose focus of that intentionality, right? And so sometimes I grow things because they're cool to grow. Or, man, I saw this and I want to try growing it, you know? And that's fine, you know? Your homestead, your garden, you can do all those types of things. But I want to be more intentional about it. I want to grow things. And I did start a little bit this year because, you know, I worked on preserving. I worked on using my herbs. I worked on being able to harvest and save that harvest because it's just me here, you know? And so a lot of things could go to waste and have in the past. I mean, most of the food doesn't go to waste because I mean, if I don't eat it, the animals eat it. So it never really goes to waste. It just goes back into the garden in another way. But being intentional about it, and what I mean by that is selecting crops that one have a long shelf life that I can harvest and keep for a long time and just not be wasteful with it, you know? Things like onions, things like garlic, um, very easy to keep. Potatoes, very easy to keep. Now, one day I do want to get a root cellar dug, and man, y'all, come in here. Let me tell you, when I get that root cellar, it's on and popping. But until then, I got to figure out how to do more and better at preserving and storing um, without a root cellar. So, like I was saying, onions, garlic, potatoes. For me, anyway, they're easy to store. I don't have any issues storing those things, and I can eat off of them for a long time. Um, but I also have to think about things like, let's take okra for instance, right? I'm in the South. I gotta grow okra, right? Well, I don't particularly like cooking okra. So since I don't like cooking okra, I'm probably not gonna cook okra. Therefore, a lot of okra will go to waste, you know? So I really believe that starting next year, I'm not growing okra anymore. Tomatoes. Everybody loves growing tomatoes, right? And you know, if I get it down right where I can grow a bunch, can up some tomato sauce, but I don't eat a lot of spaghetti here. I don't know if I have a lot of uses for spaghetti for tomato sauce. Maybe for some stews or soups or something. I don't know, but um, I don't have a big demand for it right now. So maybe I cut back on my tomato production, and instead of using that space, because I use pretty much every year, I use at least 4 rows just for tomatoes, and so could I get by with just having eating tomato sandwiches throughout the summer, and then I would only need like 1 row of tomatoes? Hey, maybe that's an idea because um, tomatoes, you got to figure out what you want to do with them. You can't just harvest them and let them sit. And yes, you can let them sit for a little bit, but you got to have a purpose with them. You got to know, hey, this is what I'm going to do with them so that you can get it done and not let them sit and go bad. So I'm rethinking that. So, excuse me, my throat's dry. Must be because there's not any humidity, and that ain't that crazy. So we get so used to the humidity that when it's a nice day like today and it's not very humid and whatnot, that my throat gets dry while I'm sitting here talking to you. So, um, but yeah, so I'm rethinking all that stuff. And so over the winter, that's my goal and my mission over the winter is to come up with a list of vegetables that number one, I can preserve fairly easy. And then number two, that I eat an abundance of, okay? And so those are going to be the foods that I focus on. Those are going to be the vegetables that I focus on. And that list may be small. I don't know yet. I still have to make that list. But I think it's very important to garden with more intentionality than I have thus far. And I mean, hey, this is number This is year number 12 of gardening, and every year I think about it, but I don't necessarily put it into action because you see some seeds and you like, man, I want these seeds. I want to grow these seeds. But I think maybe I go super heavy next year on beans. Beans are easy to grow, easy to preserve, and I would eat a lot of beans. Go super heavy on corn, that kind of thing. So I got to sit down and think it all through. But yeah, I just wanted to have that conversation and talk about gardening with intentionality, not just gardening and growing stuff. Now, you know, I love growing for my mental health, but I also want my homestead to be efficient. And so, whether I'm growing, you know, 10 rows of tomatoes or if I'm growing 10 rows of beans, I'm still growing and I'm still out in the garden and I'm still out in nature and I'm still doing the things that help my mental health. So actually what I'm growing doesn't matter as much as that I am growing. So what do y'all think? Are there some things that you grow that you're like, why do I grow this every single year? I know there are, things for me like that. My word for the year for 2026 is going to be intentionality. So I don't make New Year's resolutions. If you ain't been around here for a while, you don't know that. But I don't make New Year's resolutions. I come up with resolutions as they come. And so um, right here today, September, I don't know, 15th maybe, that's my that's my word for next year is intentionality. I want to be more intentional about the things that I'm doing here on my homestead. And man, I think that would really take it to the next level, that I'm more efficient. I'm growing the things I need to grow versus the things that I want to grow. And hey, this backyard garden is big enough to grow everything I need, okay? With the exception of maybe corn and potatoes. Corn and potatoes I would need to grow somewhere else. But I got those two other gardens for that. So I can go all in one of those gardens on potatoes, and that would be enough potatoes for me to last for 2 years. But I can give a lot of it away and all that kind of stuff. Corn, I can put in the other garden and make that a dedicated corn patch. And I can grow in this backyard garden here all the food that I need to have. Now, I like growing stuff like watermelon, cantaloupe. Um, I almost forgot, y'all. I almost forgot. So, part of being intentional is I also want to step up my perennial fruit growing. Right now, I have muscadines. Next year should be a really good muscadine year. So I'm looking forward to that. I have fruit trees. I have apples. I have plums. I have persimmons. None of them, well, the persimmons have bore fruit, but none of the other trees have bore fruit yet. So still waiting on that. Um, but, oh, and I got blueberry bushes, right? I got I think 5 blueberry bushes. Now, what I'm planning on is I'm stepping up my strawberries this year. So I'm going to have those, and that's perennial. They'll keep coming back every single year. And I can keep cutting off the runners off of those and keep growing them. But I just bought from Hoss, I just bought some blueberry bushes, the little seedlings, I guess you would call them, plugs, they call them. I bought, how many did I buy? I think it was 6, 12, 18. 18 of those. And I bought some blueberries and blackberries. Yeah. I bought some blackberries from them too. Um, and I'm gonna go all in on those. It's gonna be a lot of them. And so that I also want to grow some cranberries. I want to up my fruit production here on the homestead. I got some figs this year, some fig trees, and I'm also propagating those. I'm gonna show you those later in this video, what I'm doing to hopefully be able to create more fig trees right here on my homestead. But fruit. I'm really looking to step up my fruit game in 2026, and to me, that's just the perfect maturation of my gardens and my homestead is to be able to, because I will eat so much fruit. I love fruit, and being able to just walk out here to the backyard grocery store and grab some fruit and go in the house and eat it is just amazing. So yeah, let me show you these fig trees real quick and what I'm doing, and I'm gonna close this video out. All right, y'all see that ball right there? So that ball has soil down in it, okay? And I put some rooting hormone in there, and I cut the bark off, like right here. I cut a little strip off all the way around and peeled the bark off all the way past the, what's it called, cambium layer. I'll put that up on the screen, but I got all that off, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna root inside of here. Okay. Every once in a while, I put some water down in here to keep it moist, and roots are gonna form inside this ball right here, and maybe in a month and a half, 2 months, I should be able to cut this off right here, right below it, and there'd be roots in here, and then I can put this whole top part right here inside of a pot and grow me out a fig tree. And I did the same thing over here to this one. I got me a little ball right there, and I just did it on these two just to try, and then next year I'll be able to do more. But if you don't know already, this is a brown turkey fig tree, and this right here is a Celeste. I think it's called New Improved Celeste fig tree. So, yep, I'm working on getting more figs on the property. All right, y'all. Well, I hope you didn't mind sitting and talking with me for a little bit. I've been having that intentionality on my mind for a little bit, and that was just the word that just kept popping in my mind. You need to be intentional. You need to be intentional. And so that's where my channel is headed. That's where my homestead is headed, and that's where my garden is headed. And so, you know, this channel, yes, it is a homesteading channel, but the primary focus of this channel are the gardens on my homestead. And so I know that some people, they like to see the animals a lot and whatnot and that kind of thing. But just honest, I just don't I don't film the animals a lot just because there's very rarely anything new to share about the animals. Very rarely anything new. But when there is new stuff, I do bring it to you and I do show it to you. But it's few and far between because honestly, the day to day is just very monotonous when it comes to the animals. So we may start doing some chicken chats again. I know I like to do those that come in the fall and in the winter time to sit down and have a conversation with you while I'm over there in the chicken run. We may do a couple of chicken chats coming up. But yeah, that's just why they don't make it in all the videos. And so they're here to supplement my gardens, and so my garden is the focal points on my homestead, and so that's that's why it is the way it is. And so, yes, this is more of a gardening channel than anything. Like I said, I do show other stuff outside of the garden, whether it be the muscadines or the fruit trees or the greenhouse, but that's still garden related and whatnot. And so that all that stuff is still growing stuff. So, but that's why the chickens and the rabbits and the turkeys, they don't. Oh, I totally forgot. So the turkeys are, they don't directly contribute to the gardens, right? And the reason why I got turkeys was because I wanted to be able to have turkeys for Christmas and Thanksgiving. So that's why I have turkeys, okay? The turkeys are just here to be processed in November, and they're here for that. Now, I will have more turkeys, meaning I need at least one male or one tom and 2 to 3 hens. But what I could do, since I have 2 full-grown toms now, I may keep 2 toms and have 2 hens with each tom and just keep them separate, because the 2 toms can't be together. They cannot be together. They will fight and fight and fight. So when I have my new area down there, I may split it up so that I have 2 turkey areas and then like 4 chicken areas is probably what I'm gonna end up having. I'm gonna keep 4 roosters, and then I'm gonna have, chickens, hens with each one of the roosters. And we're gonna be doing some free ranging and stuff out there and whatnot. So stay tuned for all that. I got it all up here, but hey, I need to make some money so I can make that happen. And I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. And y'all are helping me. So share this video, share all my videos, and like and comment and all that stuff so that YouTube will push my videos out. I'm really got big plans for the animals coming up. Hey, I hope y'all ain't mind talking to me today. I know I probably rambled off a little bit, but y'all know how I get. I love talking to y'all. This part of my day when I get to interact with you guys, well, this part I'm initiating the interaction, and then later on when I get to answer your comments and whatnot is definitely a highlight of my day, and I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's it. That's the video. Hope you got something out of the whole watering method that I do. I water 3 times a day for these little seedlings, and for the onions, I keep the top watered a little bit. For the beets, I keep the top watered a little bit. Same with the onions up here on the table. And yeah, that's really what the video was going to be about. But then I got to start thinking about that intentionality, and I just had to talk to you guys about it. And give me your feedback. Please give me your feedback on that. On your homestead, do you homestead intentionally? Do you have, an intentional mission? And do you, for your gardens, do you grow what you want to grow? And that's fine. Completely fine to just grow what you want to grow. Or do you, say, man, I've been gardening for 5 years and I don't ever use all them daggone tomatoes. I need to slow down on my tomato. But you gotta hold yourself to it, because then next year come up and you see that variety, you like, oh, I want that, But it's all about coming up with the plan, and then we gotta hold ourselves to it. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Love talking to you. Love having you here. And I'll see you in the next video.